Hey guys, how's it going? We're back in Kansas. Got Cody behind me. Me and him flew down for like 10 days to get some stuff planted. That's what we're doing today. It's already feels like it's going to start raining, so we're going to kind of make this quick. Our main thing we're planting is the Eagle Seed Manager's Mix. I've been using it for years. It's great. It's just pretty cut and dry standard. These are all Roundup ready, the beans are. Here we got some new stuff. This Multi-Max, apparently it's supposed to produce a lot more leaves. So we got some of that to try, and we'll see how that goes throughout the season. And then here we got, this is just their, I think it's what they call their summer blend, your economy summer blend. This stuff is not Roundup ready, but you can use some grass herbicides on it. But I like in kind of like our secondary food plots, it's quarter soybeans, quarter buckwheat, quarter cowpeas, and a quarter sunflowers. That's actually what I planted before I left to come down here. It's been about a month now, we'll say, give or take, 3 weeks probably. And then here, don't forget, kids, is your inoculant. It's like a, it looks like dirt if you're not familiar with it. You just ask your dealer, whoever you're getting beans through, if some of it comes pre-treated, something you have to buy, but if you have to buy it, don't forget it. It's, I'll show you when I open the bag. It's basically just like really rich dirt, coats it, and it helps for some reason. Don't ask me, I'm not a biologist, but you don't want to forget it. It's really cheap, and it apparently goes a long ways. So we're gonna get this filled up and get to planting. We're gonna try to get, we're gonna gear up for 10 acres tonight. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get it done, but we're probably gonna go right into the dark. Alright guys, made it to the first field, top of the world. Probably my favorite spot ever. It's where I shot my 184 this year.
You finally got your booner.
Man. Look at that. That's awesome. Look at that.
Way up on top of this hill, you can't really tell now. We're kind of trying to be out of the wind. If we get up on the very top, it'll be too windy. But this is the fall buffalo blend from last fall, obviously. Planted its rye, and then there's some wheat down below. And it's coming up great. This is actually one of the thinner areas. This is where I'm starting. Once we get kind of in the middle of the plot, I'll probably show you again where it's really thick. But already, as you can see, it's already up to past my nipple, almost my chin. And I'm 6'4", so really tall. It just isn't really thick here, but it gets way thicker throughout the thing. So we're planting. It's not quite to the stage I want to crimp yet. I like to be able to, when you squeeze the little heads, to get some moisture out. It's not quite there yet, so we're not going to crimp yet. We're just going to plant. Next week we'll come along with the crimper. Crimp over all this rye and wheat, which will kill it, and it won't hurt any of the little sprouts. So, like I said, the wind's picking up, the storm's moving in. Cody's gonna get some shots of me. Alright guys, we're about a little over halfway done with this field. I want to stop kind of in the middle where it's tall and just kind of show you guys some things. So as you can see, I mean, it's already, it's over my, it's up to my head in a lot of spots. So I'd say it's 6 feet tall, especially out here in the middle. And when you run it over, obviously some of the stuff we're killing, some of the stuff's going to come back up. But you kind of get the idea when we come back and crimp it, what it's going to kind of look like. So the beans obviously are planted down here into the dirt. You know, down in here is where all our beans are. And this comes back and lays over top of it like this. And what that does, it just creates a great, all different kinds of things. I've explained in a lot of my videos, so if you can skip ahead if you already kind of know what I'm going to say. But knocking it down, it helps keep moisture in. I mean, the sun's not going to be able to hit this stuff. It's going to be completely cover the ground from the sun, so it'll hold in moisture. It reflects the heat, because this stuff will actually turn white when it dies. And obviously black attracts and white reflects heat, so it'll reflect all the heat, so your soil temperature will be 20, 30, 40 degrees cooler than if you just had bare dirt. Holds the moisture and it helps suppress weeds. I have not sprayed this field since I think either early August or late July of last year. And even where, I mean, like here, it's hard to find weeds. I mean, yeah, if you really look, there's some stuff in here, I'm sure, but for the most part, it's pretty much all what I planted. So I will probably have to spray this one time this summer. I'm not sure if I'll do it next week or probably next month maybe. But for the most part, it saves us a ton of money on weed killer. And then, not lastly, but one of the main points is this stuff will break down. So it'll take all summer, or not even all summer, it'll take multiple years. You can see from last year, you can still see this is the same stuff as last year. This last year didn't even do as good as this. This year will be more. So it takes a couple years to break down, and as it's breaking down, as it rained and the earthworms are eating it and it's starting to break down, it's just free fertilizer for you guys. We've never put fertilizer on this or any of our food plots, ever. So, and we're growing stuff in unideal locations better than a lot of the farmers around here. I mean, driving by some of the other farmers' wheat and rye fields earlier today, it was all down to like here. Our stuff's almost twice as tall. So it's been a really cool spring, so I was actually a little worried, but it's been doing great. So we're gonna get the rest of this done. Everything seems to be running good. All right, guys, we're in between the first field going to the second field. I stopped by a field. This was one of the 2 fields I planted a month ago. The only thing I planted basically before I left for Alaska. It's looking all right, about what I expected. With a little tan, you can see there's quite a bit of green in the field. Some of it is weeds, but I kind of expected that as well. Down here we have soybeans. They're probably, I don't know, 6 inches tall now. We got some sunflowers and whatnot. I'm sure there's buckwheat starting as well. It's a little bit hard to see, and some cowpeas. There's that Eagle Seed Economy Summer Blend. I had really good luck with it last year. This is a field we don't hunt. It's about 1.5 acres, I believe. We don't even have a setup. I guess there's a tree thing, but we never actually really hunt it. We hunt the field just over there, which actually has beans. And we're about to plant all beans and has the fall blend and stuff like that. So the field we're about to plant is all tall and green. This stuff we planted this time last year, and we let it just die for like a food source for quail and turkeys and pheasants, stuff like that. It was a bunch of seeds. And so I just ran it over. You can see it's got a bunch of dead brown stuff, and now the green stuff's coming up. So I'd say it looks good, about what I expected. Like I said, there's some weeds mixed in, but I'm not really too worried about it. This is just kind of like an extra field, a little bit of bedding, keeps the cows out, gives them some food. And yeah, like I said, looking at some of the soybeans, you can already see where some of the nips are cut off from the deer eating it and stuff like that. There's some deer shit and tracks and whatnot. So, but rain is starting. I'm hoping it lets up in a second, but I'm gonna hop in the tractor and try to get at least one more field done before dark or before the rain picks up too much. So, see you there. Alright guys, we're just about finished up with this food plot. There's another 3.5 acre food plot. It'll be about 7 for the evening. We're gonna go do one more hopefully, but it's gonna be dark. It's getting dark right now, so we figured we'll shoot kind of an outro in case this is the last you see of us on this video. One thing I wanted to point out, which I have in the other fields, is all the standing bean stalks. A lot of them are knocked down, have already decomposed since it's been so long, but there's a ton of them in here. And this is just more great fertilizer, more matter. It's down in the soil. The soil looks absolutely great. It's super dark. Oh, here's some of the soil. I mean, it's super moist. There's a lot of moisture, and this was right on the surface. This wasn't even digging down at all. Yeah, great thing about these no-till drills and kind of system we use is, although we're going to be getting rain the next couple days, which almost isn't even a good thing, I'd rather hold off. You can plant this and have great success after rain. Like it rained like 2 days ago, we got like 1/4 inch, and there's still a ton of moisture in this ground. The sun isn't really able to hit the ground, it doesn't dry it out as much. So if we weren't to get the rain that we're forecasted to get this next week, this stuff will still grow and have moisture for at least another week or two, just with a little bit of rain we got a couple days ago. So we're gonna get this we're gonna get this field finished up, go to the last field of the night, probably gonna finish around midnight, but we gotta get in for the rain. Alright guys, and we're going to film when we got this last field, and we still have a little bit of camera light left. I gotta say, this has been the best so far. We're right here is the very edge where it's the shortest, and it's already as tall as me. And I don't gotta go very far into here before it gets over my head. This is awesome. No weeds at all. Very, very, very little. And there's actually even clover in here, which was in the mix that I planted, but in the other 2 spots, they didn't really come up because of how dry of a fall we had. There was enough moisture in the soil to get a little stand of clover. I mean, there isn't, I'm going to say a whole bunch, but there's some red clover in there and some crimson clover. So more than I've seen all day, so that's kind of exciting. Turn the lights on the tractor, plant through the night, or at least a few more hours. Get at least this like 3 acre field done and probably call it a night. But now you can, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and enjoy hopefully some cool nighttime drone footage we're going to try to get. See you on the next one, guys.